Namaste. Now we'll see the third chapter, that is foreign trade. So, what is foreign trade then? Foreign trade means trading with the other than our own country. Our own country. So, foreign trade is the exchange of capital goods, and services across international borders or tertiaries. So, in most countries, it represents a significant share of gross domestic product, that is GDP. Industrialization, advanced transportation, globalization, multinational corporations, and outsourcing are all having a major impact on the international trade system. Nowadays, you know that here foreign trade is now trade is not limited to particular nation. It has crossed the national boundary. Means now the trade or the relation between the countries is not limited, so it is widespread. So that's why after signing the LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization, nowadays, any nook and corner of the country we can go, we can do our business, we can do anything. The restriction has been removed. So that's why, because of this, there is a much scope for international trade. Increasing international trade is crucial to the continuance of globalization. Very important it is. It is international trade. Because of the international trade, there is a continuance of globalization. International trade is a major source of economic revenue for any nation that is considered a world power. Any nation you take in here, if you do international trade is here, very much here. Then in the types we'll see, if we are selling, if we are selling, then it gives source of income or revenue to the particular nation. This is the what are very much important for the growth of any economy. Okay, now we'll see the simple definition. Here, definition it is: foreign trade is the exchange of goods across national boundaries. We know that it is. So, according to Professor Hansen said, an exchange of various specialized commodities and services rendered among the corresponding countries is known as foreign trade. An exchange of various specialized commodities and services. Specialized commodity means in which we are very good, or which product we can produce in large scale. So such goods are we are specialized in such production of such goods, even such service also. So this is here rendered among the corresponding countries is known as foreign trade. Means among the corresponding countries, with which country you want to have the trading relation with that country, we usually will have. So that is called foreign trade according to J.L. Hansen. So that's why foreign trade is in principle not different from domestic trade, as the motivation and the behavior of parties involved in a trade does not change fundamentally depending on whether a trade is across the border or not, because all are here human beings. Here behavior also always here, even in India, all human behavior, our purchase is backed by human behavior, or our purchase behavior, or our attitude towards the purchase or sale of goods is all depends on human behavior. Even in foreign trade also, there will not be much difference between the internal trade and international trade. But the main difference is that international trade is typically more costly than domestic trade, because we have to incur so many expenses. The reason is that a border typically imposes additional costs such as tariffs, time cost due to border delays, and the cost associated with the country difference such as the language, the legal system, or a different culture. So many things, extra costs will be there that we have to add. That should be added to the product, or here then it will be sold to the other countries. That's why usually the foreign trade will be little costlier than the, yeah, internal trade. Foreign trade is all about imports and exports. So this is the backbone of any foreign trade between nations, is those products and services which are being traded to some other location outside a particular country's borders. So usually foreign trade means either it may be an import or usually export. The backbone of any foreign trade between nation is those products and services. Remember, backbone means we have backbone, right? That is vertebral column. So vertebral column gives definite shape to our body, and it is, if it is strong, we can stand, we can bend. So all this, it supports the body. Like that, to support the foreign trade, or that is import and exports, there must be a backbone. That backbone is nothing but products and services which are traded to some other location outside a particular country's border, right? They are, without products, without services, we cannot imagine the foreign trade, because here they act as a backbone to the foreign trade. So some nations are adept at producing certain products at a cost effective price. Some nations, even we Indians are good in production of this one computers. Even our that's why Bangalore is called a Silicon City. So we are specialized in that. With the less cost, we can produce the computers. That's why computer exports are more in India. Perhaps it is because they have the labor. Even we have see, um, because of the why it is so, labor supply or abundant natural resources which make up the raw materials needed. No matter what the reason, the ability of some nations to produce what other nations want is what makes foreign trade work. Ability of any nation, what it can produce, which is required by the other nation, is the ability. You are getting? So the nation, what it can produce, which is required by the other nation, is the ability of the that particular country. So, because here some nations or some countries are very specialized in natural resources or climatic condition maybe, or some other specialized things will be there. That's why they are very here good in production of such here commodities. So when they are producing in mass scale, large scale, they can export the same to other countries. Okay, that's what here is foreign trade in brief. It is given in the notes. You can see that. Okay. Then now let us see what are the different types of foreign trade. There are as many as three types of foreign trade: import trade, export trade, re-export, or entry-port trade. It is also called here re-export or entry-port trade. What is then import trade? Import means import. Import means it comes into the port. It means we are buying goods from the other country for our domestic satisfaction, or to satisfy our domestic needs. Importing is the purchasing of goods or services made in another country. For example, importing edible oil from Chinese producers to sell in Africa. So in China, almost it does piracy. So it sells everything in all the countries. Okay, import means we are buying. That is here what here import. Then export means exporting is selling domestic made goods in another country. For example, Hamim Garments exports ready-made garments products to Western countries. Export means what here? What if we can produce more and more products of certain goods, those goods can be sold to other countries. So that is called export. EXPORT. X means leave. Port is being left. Means which are leaving our port when we are selling the goods, then only they can leave the port. That's the export. So selling the goods to other countries. So when we are doing the export, it is very good favorable nature. This favorable in nature because we get the we are having excess goods, so we get the foreign even there is a possibility of foreign transactions, then we get income from that, revenue from that. Okay, and then third one is re-export or entry port we call, when goods are imported from a foreign country and are re-exported to buyers in some other foreign countries, it is called re-export. Right, re-export, when we are buying, remember re-export or entry port means we are buying goods from other foreign country, from one particular foreign country, right? We are buying goods from one foreign country and re-export re-export to buyers in some other foreign countries, it is called re-export. Sometimes, for example, sometimes what happens, we may not be having raw materials, but in some other countries they may be having raw materials. But we may be having good technology and all equipments. Then what we can do is we can buy raw materials from other country, and with the help of technology and equipments, we can convert it into finished goods. Very good here, very good product, finished product, then we can sell the same to other countries. Oh, that is also here there. Then here we are not purchasing raw material for our consumption, we are buying raw material from other countries for reselling. Okay, that is called re-export. It's an example. For example, even one more example also you can give. Firm or ready-made garments located at EPZs imports raw materials, that is cotton, from Korea and produce ready-made garments product by Thai cotton, and then those products are sold to Canada, like this. This is an example given. Even India, we are having Kamangundi and Kudremukha, we are having iron ores. That iron ores we are having, iron ore is a raw material. We see it's a very crude one. So this raw materials, iron ore is, what we are doing is, then our iron ore is here imported by Japan. They imported here iron ore from India, and they make the product. See, they make all purification and all this. They separate all other things, and they make the iron from the iron ores, and they make the steel metals and all this. Then they again they re sell to other countries. So like this, these are the it is what here re-export. They are here purchasing not for here domestic consumption but for resale. That is what called here re-export. Now let us see the reasons for foreign trade, or again these are the same, or why there is a need for foreign trade, or what are the importance of foreign trade, or what are the advantages of foreign trade. Together we'll see, all the points are same. First point what we have studied here is, what we have written here is division of labor and specialization. Division of labor means based on the quality or special skill, the laborers can be divided, and those the jobs can be assigned to the particular special person who is having specialized knowledge. So foreign trade leads to the division of labor and specialization at the world level. Some countries have abundant natural resources. So they should export raw materials and import finished goods from countries which are advanced in skilled manpower. This gives benefits to all the countries and thereby leading to the division of labor and specialization. In our backward countries, they may be having resources, natural resources, but they may not be having specialized skill. And those countries who here manpower which is having specialized skill may not be having natural resources. So they can here buy from the country which is having natural resources, and they using that those natural resources they can produce the finished goods. So it leads to what a division of labor and specialization because of the foreign trade. Remember. The next point what we have written here is optimum allocation and utilization of resources. So due to specialization, because of the specialization, unproductive lines can be eliminated. Here we cannot say any product as unproductive, and wastage of resources can be avoided. There will not be any wastage because they can be used for a productive purpose. Or we can also say like this: resources are channelized for the production of only those goods which would give the highest returns to them. Thus, there is a rational allocation and utilization of resources at the international level due to foreign trade. Then third one is equality of prices. Equality of prices means in almost all the countries, same prices here can be made existed. Prices can be stabilized by foreign trade. It helps to keep the demand and supply position stable because which are having excess they are selling, which countries are having shortage of products they are buying. So every people, all the people in all over the world get the product. So that's why what happens, it keeps the demand and supply position stable, which in turn which in turn stabilizes the prices, making allowances for transport and other marketing expenses. Okay. Next point what we discuss here is availability of multiple choices. So foreign trade helps in providing a better choice to the consumers, because now you can see in India you are all here like to have what a foreign products. If the product is made in India, then you don't feel like to use it, or you don't feel proud to use it. If it is made in other countries, you will be very happy to use it. So that's why over here in any nation you take now, all kinds of any nook and corner of the world you see, any country's product you can get. So ultimately what happens, consumers get variety of choices. So it helps in making available new varieties to customer all over the world. So multiple choices there, they can satisfy, the consumers can satisfy their needs with any kind of product, no problem. Then next is it ensures quality and standard goods. Foreign trade is highly competitive, right? All the countries they check the quality of the other country product which is being yeah imported by them. To maintain and increase the demand for goods, the exporting countries have to keep up the quality of the goods. If you want more and more demand from other countries, definitely the producer has to maintain the quality. Otherwise, again, a repeated purchase will not be there. Then your goods will not be asked by other countries. So it here, this quality and standard goods are produced because they want to maintain the quality, right? The next one is raises standard of living of the people. So imports can facilitate the standard of living of the people because people can have a choice of new and better varieties of goods and services. Standard of living it increases because any product you want you can take, because nowadays the world has become so smaller that Here any country's product, sitting at home or sitting in front of the monitor for computer, you can purchase. So that's why you are obviously, when whatever you want you are purchasing, obviously you feel your standard has been improved. So by consuming new and better varieties of goods, people can improve their standard of living. The next point is it generates employment opportunities. Foreign trade helps in generating employment opportunities by increasing the mobility of labor and resources. Even nowadays, most of the Indians, those who are those who are there in the creamy layers, maybe engineers, doctors, they all here there in other USA, UK, and all these, right? So it all these because here the demand for the product and services leads to mobility of labor and resources. So it leads to mobility of labor and resource movement of people will be there in search of job. It generates direct employment in the import sector. Import sector also people get a job, and export sector also they get job, and indirect employment in other sectors of the company economy is also possible. Here directly, if you are directly involved in the import and export, it is a directly you are getting jobs because of the foreign trade. So if you are producer, if you are producing more and more, if you are working for, then you are employing more and more people. Like this, indirectly also people get the job because of the foreign trade. Okay, next point here is it facilitates economic development. Imports facilitate the economic development of any nation because with the import of capital goods and technology, with the import of capital goods and technology, a country can generate growth in all sectors of the economy because of new machineries and all these improved machineries and all sectors will improve because we can produce more and more. Maybe it may be here any economy, maybe or agriculture industry or any sector, we can use advanced equipment and all machineries, and we can increase the production. So increased production leads to increased income. Okay, the next point is assistance during natural calamities. So during natural calamities means maybe earthquakes, floods, then famines, etc. They affect the countries here. They affect the countries, and always here these are affecting the countries to face the problems of shortage of essential goods. When earthquake takes place, flood here comes, and then famines are there, then people feel the shortage of goods and products. In that case, foreign trade enables a country to import food grains and medicines from other countries to help the needy people or affected people. Then, in that case, when such calamities are there, then no need to die. No need to die because of the hunger. Hunger death can be removed by buying here goods or by importing goods from other countries. Okay, so this is possible. So it here facilitates for sorry, it assists the particular nation during natural calamities. Then maintains balance of payment position. Every country has to maintain its balance of payment position. Balance of payment position means usually at least there must be equal here equality between the imports and exports. Means export value must be equal to import value. Then it will be neither favorable nor unfavorable. Usually it will not be like this. Either favorable will be there, favorable balance of payment will be there, or sometimes unfavorable balance of payment also will be there. Every country has to import, which results in the outflow of foreign exchange. When we are importing goods from other country, we have to give them money, right, in their currency. So our foreign exchange here, it is because of purchase, it is being reduced now. It also deals in export for the inflow of foreign exchange. So when we are exporting goods from other countries, they have to give us money in Indian currency only. and in the, here with them what currency is there, that balance is reduced there. So it leads to what a always, I mean here they have to always here retain the balance of payment position by either when import is more, here when they imported more, then they have to increase the export of their specialized product. It leads to a favorable balance of payment. Then next is brings reputation and helps in earning goodwill. It means a country which is involved in exports earns goodwill in the international market. Right? No, who are exporting. When we are exporting, we see the quality. We check the quality. Then when we think that, or when we are satisfied with the quality of our product, then only we export the same to other countries. Then when they consume, then what here? They feel happy with our product. Then that is the goodwill or good name for our product. That is a good name for our product in the international market. For example, Japan has earned a lot of goodwill in foreign markets due to its export of quality electronic goods. Right? Then next what we study here is promotes world peace. See, foreign trade brings countries closer. When foreign trade is there, we become closer, and because closer and closer because one country is dependent on the other country, either for the import or for export. It facilitates the transfer of technology, so we can technology can be transferred, and other assistance from developed countries they help the developing and underdeveloped countries. It brings different countries closer due to economic relations arising out of the trade agreements. So many trade agreements, because of the trade agreements, here people come closer, right? Then, thus, foreign trade creates a friendly atmosphere for avoiding wars and conflicts. It promotes world peace as such countries try to maintain friendly relations among the here among themselves. Okay, so these are the advantages, importance, or need for foreign trade. Okay, let us see in the next. Let us see the next class in the next video. Okay, take care of yourselves. Thank you. We'll see in the next class.